Good morning, Internet world. You're here with Meryl, Katlin, and with Lawrence Mallard on our very first episode of Success Speaks. So we are very fortunate today to have Lawrence join us on Success Speaks because he embodies the word success. And Lawrence, um, would you like to tell the audience a little bit about you and your company for a few minutes?
Well, first of all, Marilyn, just the introduction alone, it's like amazing to hear someone speak of me as far as success. So thank you for that. But as far as me, I'm just basically an entrepreneur, and just more or less just trying to find my way of success. And I key in on other few areas, and I'm gonna focus on those areas, and with your help and other people help, I'm hopefully to be going to the BBC. That's something that me and Marilyn kind of strive on. We got that from our Cuban, being a boys club, being a girls club. We're trying to go.
Right, right. There's so many of us out there that are trying to do something that is going to be a little bit different, something that we can make a living doing, something that we're passionate about. Combining all of those things together is sometimes daunting. The first topic that I really want to talk about that scares certain people away is competition. I'm sure that when Lawrence started, and Lawrence, by the way, he designs clothes and he designs beautiful clothes that are unique, that the matching of the color and the fabrics and the textures, how they combine is something that he designs.
Also.
The trends, because you have to keep up on what is happening now.
Exactly.
And finding those takes research, reading, knowledge. Some of it, believe it or not, is science, math, all of these topics that maybe weren't so popular for the artsy type of person is something that the successful people are finding that they really needed to buckle down and study and learn
Know
about.
your math. Very important.
Right. Nobody ever would have believed that you need math to be an artist, but you really do
You need
because
math.
you need math, and it's not just for your business numbers, but it's for materials, sizes of papers, sizes of quantities of inks, quantities of threads, all kinds of things. We can go into that. Actually, that could be another show. Thank you.
Exactly.
That could be another show.
Know your numbers. Coming soon.
Know your numbers. Our first topic that I want to talk about is, like I said, is competition. And I know that when I started Make a Tea Online and Type Styles, people said to me, well, you have so much competition, especially online. And I'm sure, Lawrence, with you, that designing clothing, people probably told you not to do it because there's too much competition. Tell me how you feel about that.
Well, here's the people I look at it like a football game. If you're always in the audience watching, you never can participate. So I think a lot of us stayed in the audience too long. I was one of those person in the audience. You're gonna watch their success. You'll never have their success because they're on the field. I learned that competition is simply about getting on the field. And if you look at life like a football game, if you're not on the field, you never can compete. So I had to get on the field. So that's how you gotta look at competition. Get on the field. And then, you find out that competition is really not that big because everybody's not doing it. Everybody's not into it. A lot of people are afraid of the competition. So that kind of makes your competition not as much. So you got to remember something. If you're in a big arena of, let's say, a billion in sales in this field, if you get in and just get a small, minute piece of it, then you're actually winning. So you want the competition. The bigger the competition, the bigger the success or the bigger the reward for you. Look at it. If you're in an industry that's a $1 trillion industry, and you take 0.1%, you're successful because the industry's so big. So you welcome competition in industries like this that's big.
Mm-hmm.
You actually win.
Mm-hmm. I always also look at competition as they're helping advertise for you as well. So it makes people aware of your product. Uh, let's just say, for example, take a gas station. You know that there's a gas station on the corner. You know that there's a gas station on another corner. So one gas station is actually advertising for the next gas station. So competition actually, it's great when you see ads on television. You can learn from those ads actually on the internet or in the newspaper or on Pinterest or social media. Competition is really not your enemy, and it's also very good to become associated in your local area with the other people that are doing what you do because you can actually work together.
Well, let me say this here. Give you guys an example. That was this particular store near me. And sometimes when you don't have competition, you might not realize how much you're slacking. This particular store came in the area and started doing things better than me. That competition made me order better. It made me position my store better, made me change my procedures. So that competition helped me. And also for a customer, when a customer find that there's an array of stores that carry their product in the area, then people concentrate to the area.
Okay.
So you get a piece of that.
Right, it's a destination. Your
So
store becomes a
It
destination.
becomes a hub for that type of product. And you're around that product with that competition, you're in that arena, then you benefit from it.
Mhm.
So it's not bad if you use it, to your advantage. But if you don't take the competition and learn from it and help them make you better, then it probably will eat you up. So competition is great if you use it, but if you don't understand how to use the competition, then it can become a dying disease. So it's great if you understand it.
Right. When you're in certain businesses, and I believe that this is any business that is even out there in the world, let's say there's trade shows. Well, the people that are in that industry all congregate at that trade show. They're all doing the same thing. They're all selling the same thing, but it's a learning experience that you learn from each other. You help each other, and like Lauren said, you see what somebody else is doing. Somebody else is going to do something better than you. You're going to learn from somebody, and you're also going to teach somebody.
Exactly.
And that's the cycle of life. That's just cycle
You
of
have to
life.
look at it like a marathon. If this guy in the race ahead of you, you're trying to catch him, you get in the race. You're looking at he's like he's your positioning star. You're trying to
Could
find
be a
your way
mentor.
home.
Could be a mentor.
And the other guy getting there behind you. We all looking for someone. We're chasing someone. So you look at it, getting the race and the chase. It's going to be a good chase.
Right.
As long as you're in the game and in the race, you're winning.
Right.
It's the competition that calls you to chase. It gets you in the game, and it keeps you, having a geared position you want to be at. And then you reach that position, there's another race. So the competition kind of pushes you. Without competition, it's really like there's no reason to do it sometimes. Like
Exactly.
you need something to push you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's welcome. You should look forward to competition.
Right. Right.
It brings the fire out of you.
Right. Let me ask you another question, Lawrence. I think that a lot of people also get discouraged. I don't want this show to be a downer, but I do want to bring up points that are going to help people. What happens when somebody says that they don't like your product or they don't like your design? Let's just say, but they don't like your design. As a person, some people would take that really, really personally and not move forward after somebody says that to them.
Well, the first thing I learned about people not liking things is that you gotta look at if you're in the business of you liking stuff yourself and then it pleases you and you're not trying to make money, then you're doing it for you. It makes sense. But if you're in an arena where you're trying to make money, and let's say that this what sells and this don't sell, and someone that's buying might have an opinion of this might not sell, you got to weigh it yourself. You got to say, hey, this is the market I'm in. Can this fit in that market? Like when I make products, I look at what's selling. If I can put my product next to those products that's selling and say, hey, does this fit in? If I was a consumer, would I know which is the better product? If I'm in the arena and say, hey, I don't know which one's the better product, then I feel like I've done my job. So a lot of times when people say that your product's not as good, look at it, take it to the what arena you're in, and look at the best product in that arena and line them up. And you lay your product down. Does it compete? Does it stand out in a bad way? Does it stand out in a great way? Does it lay down with the other products? If you can say, hey, look at those 4 companies and they look nice, you've done your job.
So it sounds to me like the reason that you are successful is because if somebody says something that you don't like about your product, you're not taking it personally. You're looking at it as a business. You're not taking it personally. I think that many people in the creative industry, a lot of their stuff is done, their creativity is from emotion. And that's the same type of personality that would tend to be discouraged if somebody says something negative to them. But you need to overcome that.
Well, let me say this here. I remember when I was going to the trade shows, you have some brands, like let's say it was an Ed Hardy back at that time, and they were trending. A lot of times when you have the forefront, you can take chances and go ahead and make, let's say, a aluminum t-shirt. Because if you're trending so hard, sometimes people will follow you. But for the guys who want to stay safe, you have to stay in the middle. Why I say the middle is that the middle always sells.
An aluminum t-shirt? Did you say aluminum?
I'm just giving you an example. But if you have that much of a following, like say Kanye, Kanye can make something and put his name on it, they'll buy it.
Right.
So those people can influence a lot more. When you want to stay safe and you don't have that much influence right now, stay in the middle. Stay where everybody's buying it.
Right.
The middle is always safe in this industry. You stay in the middle, you'll be safe. Like let's say right now you want to go in the food industry, and right now there's no such thing as Martian meat, and there's no big market for it. You want to open a store for Martian meat. I'm not saying that it won't be successful, but looking at that there's really no big market for it, it might be a hard chance.
Right.
So try to stay safe If you're trying to design, it'll really help you out. But don't go too far out unless you have a big following or someone, you just have customers that want that product. So to stay safe, I say stay in the middle.
How did you get started in the business?
Hungry. And to this day, people say that you're lucky. I don't never confuse hungry with luck. I'm not lucky. I was hungry. I just wanted it more than anyone else. I like that people feel like I'm lucky, like the lottery. They say you're lucky. You're not really lucky. You just try more than everyone else. Lottery is like a lot of times just playing it more than everyone else. And I did it more than everyone else. I did it more when everyone told me I couldn't do it. When obstacles knocked me down, I got back up. And by me being persistent, I think that what got me here. I took more shots than everyone else.
Lawrence works hard. One of the keys to success is working hard. Although people say they don't want to work hard, they want to work smart. You have to do both.
You have to work.
I don't think any day of the week is any different than any other for people like Lawrence, people like us. Saturday, Sunday, anytime we come up with ideas, we implement the ideas. We're not held back by the day of the week, the time, the hour of the day.
Well, let me tell you guys here, Meryl. We're gonna take her energy and put it in a bottle, and we're gonna sell it. When I say you get the energy this young lady has, you're gonna win. And we're gonna call it Mojo Maryland Juice. We're gonna put it in stores, a store near you, because listen, I'm inspired by her energy. Like it's like an energizer battery. She never stops. And when I see her, when I tell you I come around, I'm energized because she's just so full of energy. So another thing is how people like Meryl around you that energize you, and you're gonna feel like you can do anything. So also the people you keep around you. You see everyone else winning and trying, gonna make you try. You see everyone's quitting and giving up, and you're probably gonna give up also. Not always, but firecracker.
Right,
and when I come around, I'm ready to go make some money.
Right. No, you don't want to have any limitations on your dreams or your ideas or your goals. Remember, reading, learning, talking, trying things, experimenting with things, getting people involved is all good. Don't have fear, and don't fear your competition. Never fear your competition. Look at them as a teacher.
They're going to motivate you. The competition really is going to help you. Remember, customers, they like options. And if you're not in that fight, then you're out of it. So the competition really helps you fight, helps you become better. I mean, just imagine just making stuff and you have no competition. You kind of lose your edge. You're probably not going to be as keen as you need to. That competition fires you. It makes you know you got to make a better product. There's someone else trying to challenge you. It's going to bring the tiger out of you. So you welcome competition. Don't be afraid of it.
Lawrence, how do people find your store and your beautiful products?
Well, you can find me online at Instagram at 380_fashion, and also you can find us in Miami Gardens at 19410 Northwest 27th Avenue. But for those of you who probably in other states, you can just go online and find us. It's on 380 Fashion. You're gonna find us.
Would you like to show you're wearing some of your beautiful creations?
Well, this is some products that I bought from designers, and basically, you go on the website. Meryl she just want to show me off, you guys. Yeah,
I just want to show
because she goes to the gym and so I guess she's want to show me off, but I'm not ready. But
that'll be the next show.
Basically, just don't be afraid, lion heart, and remember that it's gonna take you to make things go forward. You got to be willing to get up and do it. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. And so, where's that? Oh, here, there's my hymn. So as a token for my appreciation for being on the show, to Lawrence, who wears many hats, we're going to give him his own Make a Tea hat. So.
Wow. You see that? Class. You see that? That's class. This is how you become a millionaire, right here. I'm sold.
Thank you. You can find us at makeateaonline.com and our video on Make a Tea Business on YouTube. And we hope that you come back to our next Success Speaks show, where we will have another guest and we'll have another interesting conversation. Please leave your comments and contact us at makeateaonline.com. Thank you very much.
By the way, is my shirts ready?
Of course, they're delivered.
Exactly. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.